for some action?
Yeah.
You see that guy over there?
Yeah.
You go talk to him. His name is Matthew. I'll be over there waiting for you.
I never thought I would be an actor when I grew up. I never thought that. There was every reason for me not to believe that I would ever be an actor when I grew up. Most child actors don't grow up to be actors.
She did, and went on to become the youngest actress ever to win 2 Oscars, most memorably for her role in Silence of the Lambs.
I was so scared to look inside, but I had to.
What did you see, Clarice? What did you see?
Lambs. They were screaming.
I'm continually shocked and amazed that this is what I did. The same thing that I did when I was 5 is what I'm actually doing as an adult, many, many, many years later. And sometimes I'm proud of that, and sometimes I feel like, wow, was I just too bored to go choose something else? You know, was I just too narrow-minded to go do something else?
Jodie Foster remains a major Hollywood player. Still in the game after nearly 4 decades, she's also a successful director with her own production company.
Sunday, Monday, happy days. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days.
Continuing to wow the girls, Scott Baio went on to star as Chachi in hit American TV program Happy Days and its spin-off, Joni Loves Chachi.
The new boy in the neighborhood.
Then he got his own show playing male nanny Charles in Charge.
He's there just to take good care of me.
But he's attracted as much attention for the women he's dated as the parts he's landed, including co-star Erin Moran, fellow child actor Brooke Shields, Dynasty star Heather Locklear, and he was engaged to Baywatch babe Pamela Anderson.
A single guy in Hollywood, and being on television forever, affords you a lot of things. And it affords you the pleasure of the company of women. And it was a part of my life that I took advantage of it and don't regret it, but it's something that I just don't do anymore. And there was, listen, I had a good time. I had a very good time.
Everybody loves that man, Bugsy Malone.
No longer the Lothario, he's still acting and living the LA life. And these days, he's met his love match.
Hot-headed Bugsy makes his mind.
In my personal life, I am engaged to a girl from Sweden who is a wonderful human being. Who's actually good for me because she doesn't let me get away with a lot of crap like I'm used to getting away with.
He's a man of mountain, he's a rolling stone.
Bugsy was the reason I'm anybody, or whoever anybody thinks I am. I mean, that movie put me on the map and brought me to California. So that movie totally changed my life.
You know, the funny thing is, I don't know how much like me was Fat Sam then, but I've probably come to become Fat Sam in my own little way after 30 years or so.
I don't believe it. The whole gang?
Hello, Walter. How you doing, it's Johnny?
John Cassisi is still playing the part of the big boss with his own empire. He's now running a construction company in the Big Apple, building office blocks in Manhattan.
Fat Sam set the stage for the man that I've become, more or less. You know, with a certain amount of poetic license. I mean, you know, I've worked very hard. I have a very good position in a good-sized company, and I'm responsible for everything. So those little things I was responsible for 30 years ago have just grown into much more things that I'm responsible for. Do you think Friday's doable?
Definitely. Oh, guys, you're killing me. You're killing me.
You gotta be out of here Friday. Packed up and gone. I am very content with my life. I don't miss being an actor at all. I never say, never. I've made a wonderful family. I have 3 beautiful children. I'm married a very long time to a wonderful woman, and I've got a great career.
His arch-rival Dandy Dan, British-born Martin Lev, gave up acting and worked as a designer. But sadly, he became ill with ME and committed suicide, aged 32. While Blousy dreamt of becoming a Hollywood film star, Florrie Duggar shunned the limelight. Swapping silk dresses for a uniform, she spent 21 years in the medical corps of the US Air Force. Now retired, she's still living on base in Charleston with her son and husband, and admits that being in the film gave her the confidence she needed for her career.
I was very shy, and Bugsy Malone helped me overcome that extreme shyness that I had so that I could go out and talk in front of people. I had to do a lot of speeches in the military, so that helped there, because you figure if I can talk and have all these people with cameras in my faces do it, then I can sit up here at a podium and do it to 20 people in an audience. So it helped in those ways, is overcoming my shyness.
It's 3 decades since they were in the Grand Slam. Now, for the first time, the stars meet as adults.
Take one fresh and tender kiss.
Beautiful.
How are you?
I'm good.
Been a long time, buddy. A lot of
What happened to your hair?
Gone.
I stayed with all the dance hall girls and the gangsters at the English, because I
You
lived
see
there.
how this is? It was like Britain against America, wasn't it?
Oh, it was.
It
And
was
we
worse
used to,
than
they
that.
used to talk bad about you guys.
I know. I told everybody they all hated
Oh,
me.
no, all the girls were talking about him.
Did you know that I wore lifts in my shoes the entire movie?
I could believe
I knew that. I actually knew that.
I probably told you.
Yeah.
It is amazing to see everybody's faces, because I feel like I have their physical gestures and their expressions just etched in my mind, the way that it was when they were children, and then they have the same ones as they've gotten older. And honestly, the same neuroses, the same personalities, the same foibles, I guess all of it.
Scott, you were my heartthrob for that whole trip.
That was my heartthrob,
It
too.
ruined my whole life.
But everybody loves Scott. That's just, you really had the cute thing going
At least you
on.
guys
did
didn't
the
have to
cute
go
thing.
back to the hotel and listen to the dance girls all night long talking about this guy constantly. And I'm like,
Saying what?
oh, he's so
He's so
cute.
short.
He's so cute. Look at those eyes. Isn't he dreamy? Scott has become a lot more mellow and less full of himself. That I have definitely noticed. He is just much more personable than he was at the time. So yeah, I was not as put off as I was way back when.
She has the same head. It's unbelievable. I'm not kidding you. Look at that. Her head is exactly the
The
same.
face. I mean, we're all old. We're 25, 30 years older, but we all look the same.
It was surreal. It was just to sit down and have a conversation with them, and to hear Florrie tell me that the reason she couldn't hug me was because she didn't like me. And I said, but I understand completely, because I was probably a wise ass. She said, you were. I said, well, then I get it.
The first time we tried to throw her in the pool, we both got our asses kicked. So we said, okay, Jody, you can swim at leisure.
I remember that. It was the throwing in the pool, and it was the pulling of the bathing suit as well.
ma'am.
I never did that. I never did that.
I was kind of hoping you would.
You know what? I'll take the heat for that.
Yeah.
Raging hormones. We didn't know if we wanted to get into trouble or try to get kissed.
I guess it's lovely to see the same vitality and the kind of twinkle in the eye, even though the people's faces now have a few crow's feet, and you see a world of experience, and yet they still have that twinkle in their eye, you know.
I was asked a question recently. How do you feel about your childhood friends being A-list? I'll tell you from the bottom of my black little heart, I couldn't be any happier for you guys.
I just have one correction, though. A, B.
It was absolutely wonderful to see Jody and Scott and Florence. It was extremely emotional, extremely exciting, and it just, for the first time in many years, it made me very proud to have been a part of that. Let's give a big cheers to Bugsy Malone.
Cheers. I'm so proud of Bugsy Malone. It's just a great movie. I was just very lucky to have stepped into it, to tell you the truth.
We could have been anything that we wanted to be. Yes, that decision is ours. It's been decided we're weaker divided. Let friendship tell of our hearts.
This was actually me. You give a little love and it all comes back to you. La, la,
Bugsy Malone for me means a brave, crazy idea that somehow stepped out of the mind of Alan Parker and went on screen. It was a brilliant and brave and daring move that could have ended up being just god-awful. And wouldn't you know, it's good.
Get your heart out, Gene Kelly.